across for this pre-match interview. Delighted to see you all tonight. I think a number of people have come for the fish and chips, but more importantly, we're here for the football, and it's great to welcome you, Mike. As always, we start with an introduction to tonight's lineup, so if you can take us through it, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, a couple of changes today. Going back to a back four, so Jack Stevens will start in goal, Burnsley's at right back, Steps at left back, Joel Kettle and Jack Lane as a centre-back partnership. Michael Donoghue starts for the first time, from Fleetwood. Vermes and Jed Davis starts in central midfield. Connor Taylor on the left wing, and then Dior Angus and Kwasi Asante up top.
Okay, and on the bench?
On the bench will be Darryl Knights, Callum Powell, Joel Steer from the under-21s, Regan and Tom Shaw.
Fantastic. Well, thanks ever so much for next to the team. What's the sort of reasons for your sort of lineup tonight and your formation and who you picked?
The reasoning behind it is that I feel that a couple of the players that have been taken out have performed below what they're capable of, and I've had an honest, frank chat with them this week, provided stats and clips to prove that they were below what is needed to get out of this situation. I feel like we need a bit more bravery in the team, in possession. I need people that are going to get on the ball and make things happen for us, and I believe my selections tonight. It shows that really. With two up top, Dior came on and did really well. Last game caused Curzon a lot of problems, and I think with two up top, it obviously gives you more of a chance to score goals, which is what we need.
And you brought Jed in, and it's good to see him back in the fold.
Yeah, I mean, Jed's a player I've always liked. I've always liked Jed. He's a fantastic talent. Sometimes when he's on his game, he's as good as anyone at the football club, and obviously. When he's not, he's not got the chances that other players have had. So it's just he's come on and done really well against Curzon. Since he's come back off his loan spell, he's looked really sharp in training and been really impressed with his attitude. And he's certainly somebody that doesn't get affected by confidence. He's got a lot of confidence, and I think that's something that we're missing. So and people that are brave enough to go and make things happen in the game. So that's what I want from him.
And you know, lots of people have been talking about how important tonight's game is. How do you rank this game tonight in your career?
In my career, yes, of course. It's the most important game. You know, every game. I said that about Curzon, and I've said it all along. Every game, you know, we don't underestimate any game. We're not going into it. You know, we approach it the same, because what happens? I just said to the lads there now that if you overthink your preparation for a game, which we have done, sometimes you can get caught up in that, and there's a difference between being intense and tense. So I want them to work with an intensity, and I want them to be intense with the way they approach the game, but there's that fine line of being intense and then tense. If they're tense, they snatch at chances and they make mistakes when making clearances, and I think that's what's been costing us. So trying to find that balance between the two is going to be key tonight. Yeah,
and Ferry become relegated, but it's not a good time to play them. They've had two decent results. There's no pressure on them. All the pressure is on us, isn't it?
It's just another game. I disagree whether they've won, whether they've drawn, whether they've lost. Our focus is the same. We need to win. So whether they're in good form, it doesn't matter, because we've got to focus on us. We've got to go out. If we play the way we've played against Darlington, against Harrogate, even against Curzon, the amount of chances we're creating, if we take those chances, and we keep saying if, we have to take those chances now. That's the difference. If we take those chances tonight, it doesn't matter who you're playing, because we proved that against Salford, we proved it against Harrogate, Darlington, all the teams that have done well so far in this league and been top of the form guide with Darlington, Southport first half we did. We've got 10 chances. It's really simple, and that's why I've gone with an attacking lineup with Donoghue in it. I've gone with Connor, I've gone with Dior and Kwasi, and I think with Dior up there with Kwasi tonight, I think he'll become more of a handful, because he's been quite isolated in games where he's up there on his own. He's having to do a lot of the build-up play, and he's struggling to get in the box to finish off anything that we do create. So now we're saying to him, be selfish tonight, stay in and around the box. Dior's an unselfish runner, and he will work really hard for the team. And when we get those chances, we'll have people in the right areas, hopefully, to take those chances.
And since we last spoke, you brought your brother back to the club. He's been here as a player, now he's back in the sort of backroom team. And you quoted as saying that we needed a bit of a shock to the system bringing Lee in. What What's your thoughts around that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Tuesday night proved it, really. I think I went to bed Tuesday night frustrated, not because of the session, but just because he causes challenge, and I'm not afraid of challenge, and you need challenge and conflict within the group to get better, really. And I felt certainly that I couldn't bring a player in to do that job where I'm expecting somebody to be screaming at players to do things that I need them to do in games. So because the deadline had passed, so the next best thing was to bring somebody in. He's always had an opinion. He's always he's very highly opinionated, and it'll probably come between us as a family. But I don't care if we stay up. So.
So you're not falling out yet? Though?
We have, yeah, twice.
Twice. But you're the boss.
Yes.
You also said that you need players who are desperate to go onto the pitch and perform for this football club. Do you sense that's not been the case then all the time?
No, not necessarily. I think that's a fresh comment. It's not directed at anyone in particular. It's just when you're in a downward spiral, sometimes you get caught in doing the same things. And if you do the same things, you're going to get the same results. And I think that to shock the system, you need to do something different. And by bringing my brother in and changing the environment slightly, I think that I've done that. By changing the team, it's not a panic. I'm not panicking. I'm relaxed. I'm confident in the group. It's a good group. Although people will say that they're not because they're not getting the results and they're losing and they're down near the relegation battle. My belief won't change. It's a good team. They've played well against Salford, Harrogate, against the teams that do well. It's the consistency, and the situation we find ourselves in is dire. So in order for that to happen, I want people that are desperate. When I look at their body language on the pitch, and I'm sure many of you here, it doesn't take a football coach to see people's body language on a pitch. You can see the ones that are not as confident, you can see the ones that maybe don't really want the ball or is working as hard as each other. So tonight I've picked 11 players that I think that will be got a big reason to do well.
And obviously, and finally, you want the fans to be as committed as you want the players on the pitch. It's really important from the first whistle tonight from the referee that the fans are really behind that team.
Yeah, but I think they've been fantastic. I think there was more criticism mid-season when we were mid-table. I was hearing a lot more discontent, and I think they've been fantastic the last couple of weeks when times have been really tough. I've been really impressed, and I know I keep harping on and I keep saying that it's a real important part for us, because the minute one mistake happens in a game and they hear it, because it's that kind of level where you hear every comment, it does have an adverse effect on the player, which impacts the team, and then it's negative for everybody. So I know that it's a big leap of faith to ask fans to keep cheering even when we're not winning, but we all love the club, so why not? Why not keep cheering? And if you can just give us 1% and keep the faith and keep singing, believe me, it'll turn, because they are working really hard.
Well, Mike, we wish you all the best. We thank you so much for coming over. We know you're busy, but we wish you all the best tonight. 3 points. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Fowler.